The battle between world champions, Jukem taking on Oracle. I'm excited. I don't know if I have really seen these two play in an official capacity before, just because, like I said, you know, oftentimes they were in different divisions. But you know what? Let's check it out.
Ooh, Shadow Mewtwo coming out for Oracle and Empoleon coming out for Jukem. So just like the player cards showed, that's very exciting actually. I haven't seen Oracle run Shadow Mewtwo in tournament in my memory in quite some time, but it's a character I've definitely seen him use in the past. And Oracle actually a player who both Blaziken and Shadow Mewtwo have a mechanic where they utilize their own HP, spending it for different sort of reasons per the character. But Oracle, I think, one of the players who manages their HP most effectively that I've seen with both those characters.
Well, oftentimes though, against Empoleon, your HP, as well as you can manage it, will just disappear in an instant. A character, of course, that does a ton of chip damage, and if it does hit you, then even more. But so far, okay, another Field Phase 1. You know, I was talking about how a lot of people considered Empoleon's Field Phase to be not the strongest, but so far, Jukem really shown that it's working out.
Yeah, Jukem always been sort of a defender of how strong Empoleon's Field Phase is. Oh, avoiding the Latios! That's a single call support just like Rayquaza. And Oracle just sliding right out of it.
And, you know, we didn't even talk about this because there's so much to even talk about at the start of this, but we are seeing Latios come out of Jukem, which is not a pick that is very common for him. You know, I was talking about comfort picks, and his usually is the Snivy and the Lapras, but, you know, seeing the Latios, and I think that there's a chance that we might see the Yveltal a little bit later on, but does manage to get the hit, combos into the burst attack. That is a guaranteed combo, and that will be doing more than enough damage. But like I was saying, I did see a little bit of talk from him on social media that he thinks that Yveltal, oh there it is, you know, it's ready. He thinks that Yveltal could be really scary for both of his characters.
Yeah, Yveltal, a support Pokemon that we haven't seen a ton. It was very popular early on in Pokken Tournament's history, and then a little bit underexplored, but lately, especially Jukem has been pushing these really devastating setups where no matter what you do, you are stuck in a terrible situation. You're going to get your shield broken. The spacing! Oh my goodness, Oracle reacting immediately to that misspace attack from Jukem and going to punish him soundly for it.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was like a pixel-perfect spacing to make sure that that normal whiff. But here we go. Is he going to connect? Nope. At least, though, Mimikyu is just going to give a ton of advantage on block. One of the best supports for sure. That's why we see it quite often now.
Yeah, so we'll be on the lookout for the Yveltal setup. Here it is. So this is going to be potentially devastating. 94 HP for Oracle. We'll see what Jukem can show off. There it is. That's just a guaranteed shield break setup. Shadow Mewtwo, one of the weak shields in the game. There's a few characters who they can have their shields broken more easily. So we see how effective that setup can be for Empoleon. When the knockdown happened, that game was done.
Yeah, that is a huge reason why Yveltal is coming out, and I'm really glad that we start to see that. A bunch of different Empoleons that we've watched in the past have really chosen their own support to try to either like shield break or to try and set up these unbelievable chip damage setups, or even to just get specific combos. You know, when we see, for example, those old Rotom combos. So really, you get to express yourself with how you want to set up your win conditions, I think.
Yeah, and now Oracle pivoting to the Mewtwo, avoiding the weaker shield, but going to switch to another character that he's very strong with. Of course, Mewtwo and Shadow Mewtwo in this game playing very differently. Jukem stuck on the Empoleon and no reason for him to change. I really like, too, that Jukem is able to use the Latios in round 1 because it charges in 20 seconds versus the much slower charge from Yveltal. And Latios support that other Empoleon players have shown to be very strong based on the setups. So just a really natural synergy there between old and new, and Jukem with all the pressure here. Ooh, that mix!
Oh yeah, I love this Oki. The kind of like slide back into slide 1 Oki. Oh, this is getting really close to a shield break. This is so scary. Oh, but yeah, you have to try something there, or that is a guaranteed shield break. But it's just so hard to try something that isn't going to end up as a loss of Jukem now, taking 3 rounds straight.
Yeah, Jukem in a very strong position here to send the His opposite world champ packing down to losers. Managing his supports phenomenally, I would say. And Oracle just having a really hard time getting any offense going. Doesn't convert there very well. Catches Jukem jumping though, and now actually, just as I said it, looking pretty strong here on offense.
Oh, but just as you said that, okay, actually doesn't get the full confirm right there, making a read that he's just going to get, catch him trying to just, I don't know, sneak away, but didn't get max damage. And now Jukem's in a pretty scary position here, being cornered where Mewtwo is going to get a little bit better conversions off of things like 8Y, or just hitting him with a 5Y on the wall, and Oracle is going to put himself on the board round-wise.
One of the real strengths of Oracle historically, in my opinion, despite being a younger player at the time, winning in seniors, was his patience. And I think we're really seeing his patience showcase here. And Jukem, a player who's known for not being patient, for keeping the pressure on. So interesting to see how their styles are meeting. Jukem really setting the tempo and the pace of this match. And I think when that is happening, he's finding himself in very strong positions.
Oh, and again, that slide back Oki that is leading to just so much chip, and we're really close to a shield break again. Oh no, that is going to be it, and that is going to confirm that it will be 2 games straight for Jukem, and both of them being won off of a shield break.
Yeah, Jukem really showing us how far he's pushed Empoleon's meta and the character overall, and just how strong shield breaks can be in Pokken tournament. You know, it's so tough when you find yourself in situations like that where you have to make the right decision. And Empoleon, a character where he has the ability to really devastate you if you do go to a counterattack to try to avoid a potential shield break because of something like Steel Wing that can break counters. So just you're stuck between bad decisions. You're forced to make one. And Jukem's so good at making you consistently, putting you in positions where you have to make bad decisions and then forcing you to make uncomfortable ones.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, you want to block it. You tend to see it as the safe option, but against Empoleon, sometimes that is just the worst option, and we saw that several times in that set. But, you know, again, it's not that Oracle is a bad player by any means. You know, there's a reason why he is a world champion. It's just that Jukem is so experienced at making you make the wrong choices in all of those situations.
Yeah, and so tough for Oracle, a player who wants to play patiently, wants to set the tempo and the pace of the match and gather information and then react. And Jukem, this type of player who playing Empoleon forces you not to even be able to do that. But we're not the only ones here. That starts with Vicky, and she'll give us some insight on the match.
Thanks, Wonder Chef and Burnside. I'm so excited to join you guys and see such talent at the Players' Cup 3. Seeing Jukem put on a show with Empoleon, it comes to no surprise after his performance last August during the Pokemon Players' Cup, where he got 2nd place. Jukem brings out Latios and Yveltal instead of usually using the Snivy and Lapras support set. Here, we see Yveltal set Jukem up into a shield break punish for over 200 damage, cleans up Oracle's Shadow Mewtwo, and takes the whole thing. The wall pressure we see from Jukem and the follow-up from sliding backwards into light attack on knockdown allows him to keep his momentum into a barrage of sloped projectiles that guarantees a level 3 Aqua Jet, resulting in another game-winning shield break. It's not the last time we see both of these players, so the competition is only just heating up. Back to you guys on the desk.
Vicky, thank you so much for your insights and analysis on that last match. So exciting to see the new